A better way to pay your UTG fees with instant proof of payment and real-time student portal update. Paying your University of the Gambia fees has never been easier or more convenient. With EcoBank, students, parents and guardians can pay UTG tuition and related fees through our secure digital banking channels such as EcoBank mobile app, EcoBank Online and EcoBank Omni Lite. Once payment is completed, instant proof of payment is generated and the UTG student portal is updated in real time, allowing students to proceed immediately with registration, course selection, and clearance without unnecessary delays, while giving parents and guardians peace of mind that payments have been successfully processed. How to pay via the EcoBank mobile app. Open the EcoBank mobile app and navigate to the home screen. Select Pay Bill. Choose Pay a New Bill and select Schools from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. How to pay via EcoBank Online or Omni Lite. Log in to EcoBank Online and Omni Lite using your credentials. Select the menu and choose Bill Payments. Choose Quick Bill Pay and select School from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Walk into any EcoBank branch or pay through our digital channels and enjoy instant proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
It's 11 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning here in the Gambia. The program you're listening to and watching is Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. It's Thursday, the 18th of June, 2026.
Santa Yala.
Looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay nag doo ci yokk dara.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
First, our guest this morning is Momodou Lamin Sima, leader of the Alliance for Progressive Citizens. Since his unveiling as party leader, Sima has positioned the APC as a new opposition force, promising accountability, inclusivity, and urgent action on youth unemployment. Well, today he joins us for the first time to discuss the state of governance, the challenges facing us Gambians, and the role of the APC, his party, in shaping the country's political future. Welcome to Coffee Time, Mr. Sima.
Thank you, Mr.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, let's just start there. 6 months after the National Assembly approved the creation of an anti-corruption commission, we're still without one. And what do you make of it?
Well, as usual, that shows the lack of caring for the Gambian people, and that shows the inefficiency that the public service in general is, because this is something that should have been done so many years ago, because as we see with the pervasive corruption in this country, nothing works. And because there are no control, there are no watchdogs, as you're saying, so obviously that's the status quo in this country. And this is what some of the reasons why we are coming in.
Every time you raise the issue of corruption with those in government, they always say, give us the proof. Have you ever been caught up in, a case of corruption where you maybe wanted something done for you? And
not me personally, but there are a lot of proofs, plenty of them. Such as, for example, some time back in 2005, when at the hospital per se, in the health sector, that at one point they decided to change the treasurers, the treasurers or the accountants and the cashiers, I can say.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, when they brought GT Bank to take over, we realized within a period of 1 month, there had been over 200-300% increment in revenue.
True.
And after that, what has happened? Nothing. You see? So only to say that now we have closed their doors. So things like that and many other things will only make people to see corruption as something legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's one of the reasons why you're running for office. All right. So later on, we'll ask you how you will, confront corruption if you ever, got elected.
Yes.
But let's talk about the APC, Alliance for Progressive Citizens. It's still a relatively new force in Gambian politics. What makes it distinct from other opposition parties, and why should Gambians see it as a credible alternative?
Very good. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Gomez. You see, me personally, I am not a politician.
You're not?
I am not. I'm
okay.
far from. Yes.
When people say that we are wary, Adam Abaro said the same thing.
Yeah. But perhaps I'm different.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not a politician, and I have never been interested to do politics. But by virtue of the way things are going, we have to push ourselves in. So what makes APC different from the other political parties, as you may see, since our party was registered, we've not been going all over talking on the media, particularly myself, because I felt that is not the issue. We have set up this party to encourage Gambians that have been left out from politics, like the credible Gambians, the intellectuals, perhaps to say, that have neglected politics because they see politics as a dirty game. You see? So because for the first time when we planned to register a party, I drafted the manifesto, sent it to Gambian intellectual, prominent Gambian intellectuals to say, look what, it is high time we get up to save our country. Because what I realize is credible Gambian intellectuals that has integrity are not participating in politics. Why? Because they made politics so dirty. So if we leave that status quo to remain like that, the country will still remain in the same way as it is from since independent, I can say. So the first thing I did was to take the manifesto, circulate it for almost 6 or 8 months, all over, to all interested Gambians that has concern for this country, for them to put their input in the manifesto, for us to come up with all the plans and strategies for the way forward. After that, we put in our registration, and now we have convinced a lot of Gambians that wanted to join us to. Yeah.
When you say a lot of Gambians, would these be Gambians mainly in the diaspora?
Many of them are in the diaspora, working in the UN system, ECOWAS, AU, and the like.
But you know that to become president, you have to convince those who are in country, who are the ones who will be voting.
We've done that.
Unfortunately, we haven't. We haven't given the diaspora the vote yet.
Yeah, but then the diaspora, because of the good job they're doing, because the remittances that are coming in,
they send a lot of money back.
They are very influential in the country. They are very, very influential. And then you can see there are a lot of Gambians outside, honestly, who are so much concerned about this country, and some of them will confess because we are staying outside is because the system. So I used to tell them, who is going to change the system is us. So we are getting a lot of collaboration with them.
I don't know whether I'm, interpreting you right. You seem to see the word politics is dirty, that, people in the diaspora have as maybe just perception. But isn't Gambian politics dirty when you look at what UDP says about NPP, what NPP says about UDP, what other parties say about each other? Isn't that dirty?
It's very dirty.
Yes, so Gambian politics is dirty.
It's very dirty, yes. Because there are a certain group of people who made it dirty, so that the people with credibility just have to run away from it. So because many people...
And now you have a third force joining in, which is social media.
Social media, exactly.
Social media and say anything about Sima, people who don't know Sima.
Anything, exactly. And then nothing comes out of it. You see? So politics...
So how can people like you, clean up this mess?
We are on it.
What are you doing?
Because I have, for example, when I took a back seat from the NPP.
Oh, you started out with the NPP?
Yeah. Oh. I am a key player in the NPP party.
Well, you were, not anymore.
Yes, I was a key player.
Okay.
So, but all of a sudden...
What made you walk out of the NPP?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They have power.
No, it's not about...
They could make you ambassador anytime.
I am ambassador. I am ambassador at large for business and investment.
Also.
Yeah, so I know I have to take a back seat because I did not like the way things are going. Oh. After I have made a lot of advices in a lot of areas and nothing comes out of it. So I say, with my integrity and as a matter of principle, I will not. I'll have to sit. So while sitting, then people start coming to me. You have to form a political party. You have to form a political party. We have to save this country. So I can remember when I've been receiving people persistently, I have to consult some of my very good mentors, I can say, the like of Professor J. I say, look, Mr. Doctor, people are confronting me to form a political party. How do you see it? Say, I'm in support of it. I will support it because we have to save this country. So I started.
To save this country from what?
From all the mess that is happening.
Like?
Let me have some little water.
Yeah. Yeah, like? Mess like what?
Mr. Gomez, you know it. Because...
my job is to draw those
things
I
know.
Out of you.
Yes, I know. You know, honestly, Gambia as an sovereign economic country. Sorry for the voice.
It's okay. We understand. In fact, we should applaud him for coming because he has
definitely.
He has
I'm not feeling okay.
Yeah.
But I have to come because my people are pushing me. You have to talk. You see, it takes knowledge. You understand?
Yes.
And commitment to run a country. Yeah. It takes a lot of things to run a country. A country or an economy is just not like this is a set of group of people coming up favoring each other to govern. Because Gambia is still recognized as a poor country. We are poor. It is not that because we don't have the resources. No. We are poor because we have been poorly governed over the period. Oh. Yeah, we've been poorly governed. And that is the truth. You understand?
Yes. So
for an economy to develop or to grow, you must increase the productivity base, expand the tax revenue. So Gambia, as you are seeing, unemployment is a problem. You started with that. So from 20...
Well, we just heard that the government has created more jobs than it promised.
That is not true. You know why?
No.
Because over the years, if you can observe from 2016, 17, yes. You tell me, what project had the government provided that creates employment more than 500 or 200, even 200 people? It's not happening.
Well, they
Tell
talk
me.
about their investment in agriculture and
Where?
where people are.
Which agricultural project has employed more than 500 people in this country? There is none. And that's the truth. We are observing. We are here. We are not moving anywhere.
So what government says about creating jobs should be taken with a pinch of salt.
Creating job creation is the concern for the government. This morning I was just coming. I heard some news about the central bank governor talking about foreigners taking over.
The central bank governors
talking
about
that foreigners. Why is it that Gambians are not contributing or are not controlling businesses and the like?
So this news item was saying that
this
was
morning
what the governor was saying.
I heard it this morning. The governor was saying that, or querying, and that's so sad.
Which governor?
Governor Boasedi
of the central bank of
the central bank. He was saying that, and this is sad. You understand? Because Gambia as it is, and even from my own self, I have been advising. Even this current government, we have been having tete-a-tete discussion since 5 years ago. I said Gambia's problem is lack of access to capital. Provide the capital for the local people to work. You see? Since 2027, we have been working on that. I say this country, there are no banks that can create a capital for Gambian local people to invest so that we can create jobs. It's not happening. So with the single obligo limit imposed by the central bank over the years, what is that going to do for the economy? Nothing. Because Gambia, like other countries, for example, like Senegal, in Senegal you can count different kinds of banks. You have agricultural bank, development finance banks, housing banks, traders banks and everything. But in Gambia, what do we have? We only have commercial banks. Commercial banks with interest rate 21%, 18%, competing with the microfinance, with the few microfinance that we have. So where is that going to take us? Because it is capital that brings development. You understand? If the citizens does not have access to capital, how can they grow businesses? I am an entrepreneur. You understand? After retiring from the public service, I got into entrepreneurship so that I can at least create jobs.
But I'm sure you've heard banks complain about Gambians, track record in repaying loans.
That is not the issue. The issue now is that how can you pay with such kind of interest rates? In Senegal, we can see there are banks with single-digit interest rates. The interest rates are high, and the purchasing power is too low. You understand? Expenditure, the government is not expanding on the revenue base, so productivity is too low.
How is the interest rate, or how are the interest rates, connected with government's, as I heard somebody describe it, hunger for debt? Because they tell you the biggest debtor actually is the government. They float all these treasury bills and whatever. And the higher the return from treasury bills, of course, the more the banks would want from people, because they see no attraction in lending to you. Because government, never goes broke. So they would lend to government instead and get, high returns on T-bills.
Yeah, on treasury bills. Yeah, because in the first place, that should not have been the case. You understand? Once government expands the tax base, the revenue base, you understand what I'm saying? They will be collecting more tax. When productivity is low, little income are earned, expenditure becomes low. You understand? So if the economy is too dull, few people are receiving income, purchasing power becomes too narrow. Expenditure from the public, we can see over the past 9 years, 9.5 years, what employment has government created.
Well,
so suppose
they will claim more than 150,000
No, it's not
jobs.
possible. It's not possible. We are all here. It's not possible. This is not personal. Because it's our country, it's Gambia. It belongs to all of us. We have to say the reality. The truth, I haven't seen it anyway. If they can prove, that's fine. I haven't seen it.
Well,
and without jobs, we cannot move. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of the economy, what will your party do about, the inflation and rising cost of living? What's your party's economic vision to ease, these hardships and stimulate growth?
Very good. Stimulate development. We are development focused on development, not growth. But there are two issues here in this country, and that is what has caused this hardship. One, income, cash flow in the Gambia is too minimal. Money in circulation is too minimal. And the cost of goods, cost of living is high. These are two things. If there is enough revenue circulating in the economy, and then cost of living is high or cost of goods are high, that is balanced, for example, because people are earning, more people are earning, they will spend, you understand? But when there is little revenue or income circulating and goods are high, it's a problem. When there are more money and then the goods are high, we can manage. Or no money, but still goods are reasonably cheaper. That is manageable. But we are in a situation where you have little income circulating, and then at the same time you have high cost of living. So it becomes this is the Gambia's problem.
Okay.
So why is it that few income are circulating? Because fewer people are receiving income. The revenue base is too narrow. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Due to lack of employment. Why we cannot employ? Because we don't have access to capital to improve on the production. For an economy to grow, you must concentrate on production. Gambia is an import-dependent country. We depend on import and we don't export anything.
Okay, so if we are not producing, you'll suppose that, over almost 10 years now, the Barrow government has not figured out how to encourage or stimulate even, production in this country. So how will you do that? How will you fix that problem?
I don't want to divulge all our plans, I know, because I once said, no, we are on the radio. So
the information minister actually accused the opposition of doing that. All they do is, no, this is not working, but he says he wants you to identify the problem, how to solve the problem.
I will, but at the surface, I don't have to talk about, because at one point...
You don't trust them? They'll steal your ideas.
Yes, at one point, I was talking about housing, for example. After a day or two, I heard a minister talking about housing, that we are planning to come up with 200,000 housing. I was with the Social Security for over 20 years. We have done housing projects from Bakote to Jabam, Brikawa, to Jerek. But if you sum up all those housing units, if it is less, it can be less or little more than 20,000. So how can a government come up to say we are going to? That's not realistic.
So all these years, SSHFC has been, setting up housing estates. You're saying all of them combined?
All of them combined from 1982. If you sum everything
there
up.
are more than 50,000. Not even up to 30,000.
No, up to 30,000, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
I don't think.
So a minister promising us 200,000
in a short period. Impossible. You understand? So these are things that are unrealistic.
So let's go back to how APC will solve, our lack of production.
Yes. Our problem, our basic problem is Gambians don't have access to capital. Our financial institutions that we will force restructure. You understand? Have categories of banks as in other countries. Where it is capital that can only boost productivity.
Of course, yes.
Once we do that one, then we will give opportunity to local Gambian entrepreneurs. Our first step would be to promote entrepreneurship. Train Gambians, give them access to capital, monitor them, and then allow them to create jobs, the private sector.
Well, the NPP could claim that it is doing that.
They are not.
It has this fund for NPP women.
They are not doing that. Let me tell you one thing. Do you think a small economy, a small sovereign economy like the Gambia, with a population of less than 3 million people, still importing chicken and eggs onion, potatoes, rice, and vegetable oil. It's not normal. You understand?
We should have been self-sufficient in
Of
all this?
course, because our geographical location have proven that Gambia is among the countries that are well located with everything, with a youthful population of over 78%.
Some say that is the problem.
Huh?
Some say that is the problem.
That is
that they cannot. Yeah, you know, we cannot provide for. You cannot provide jobs. You know, to go with the fertility rate, for instance.
Yeah, they cannot, because out of the 78%, almost 80% of those youths are unemployed.
Yeah.
And yet still we import
the population, they say, is growing too fast.
And we import almost everything.
Yeah.
Having that small size Gambia, almost enclosed by Senegal, we are very secure because we are bordering with only one country. That means Gambia is not porous. We are open to the world with the Atlantic Ocean. From Gambia, you can navigate anywhere in the world. You understand what I mean? We have a river Gambia that bisects the country with fertile land all over. And yet still we cannot manage to produce enough onions, for example, or potato. We import vegetable oil. We will import over 15,000 miles away. It's so sad. You understand what I'm saying?
How long will it take the APC if it were to be elected to power to fix this problem?
Immediate.
Really?
Yeah, when I say immediate,
yes.
Because our focus would be on that immediately. And we believe we cannot just sit and focus.
So in the first 100 days, you could get us, productively engaged in agriculture from Banjul to Koina?
Yes, I promise that. Because people
producing onions.
If I say that here, people who know me will know we can do it. It's very possible.
And then you'll get all these factories that we've been trying to establish.
We will come up. We'll come up. We know the problem.
For 61 years now without any success.
We have solutions.
Who will you be working with? Do you have partnerships?
From outside?
Yes.
Plenty.
Ready to step in as soon as you become...
me, I'm ambassador for business and investment. I have brought a lot of...
Maybe after today you won't be anymore.
That's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's my country. I'm serving my country. You understand? That is not my problem.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So who are your friends? The Chinese, the Russians? Who are your friends? The Americans?
I wouldn't say that now, but I know...
Why? You think they will run to those people and tell them not to...
Not actually, because we know what we are doing. And we know what we can do to access. Because there are a lot of people outside this country who see Gambia as an opportunity, as a virgin land for investment. So why is it that we cannot have macroeconomic projects in this country that can create jobs for thousands of people, 10, 20,000? It's possible. But why is it not possible? Why are we not exporting? Why are we not exploring the resources that we think we have in this country? The oil, diamond, gold, and other minerals.
We have oil?
Yes.
We have diamond?
We have.
We have gold?
They are speculating, we have. But one thing I'm sure of, for the oil, that one has been confirmed. So why is it that for the past years, we are doing nothing about it?
Okay.